the way we handle family business. This all has to be handled correctly.
Welcome to the Holy Shhh Podcast. It's your boy ABE from DET.
It's your boy Ryan T. the Icon.
My name is Chuck Jordan.
And today we got a special guest in the building with a collaboration, a TKO, WWE, UFC, and now boxing getting involved too. We thought we'd bring on a combat sports specialist. My guy, the one, the only, B.Smith in the building. What up, brother?
Yes, sir. How y'all doing? How y'all feeling?
First time in the podcasting world, man. How everybody doing today, man? No coach.
I know, no coach. Coach is on the road.
Right, yeah. Back-to-back weeks, no coach, but he'll be here next week.
Yeah, the man decided to do a birthday month.
Right, a birthday month. Grown-ass man with a birthday month, man. He's like, I'm celebrating this whole month. Man, you just like 42, some odd number, you know what I mean? Or even, I don't know, whatever.
Hey, but that's what happens when you're the king. You're
Hollywood. You're the king. You do whatever you want to do, man.
And speaking of birthdays, I just celebrated mine, so...
Yeah, everybody's was back to back. It was like I was creating happy birthday reels.
Yeah.
Gemini's run the world, man.
Happy belated, my brother.
Yeah, happy belated, man.
Appreciate
Happy belated. But B.Smith, with you here, man, let's dive into some combat sports. It is rare that you get greats fighting each other in their prime, and that's what we about to get. Canelo versus Crawford. Pound for pound, two greats in their prime, man.
Absolutely.
Your thoughts on this, man?
Absolutely, man. Look, I think it's if it's a time for a good fight like, of this magnitude, it is now. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, but we can't. We also got to add this into consideration. That Bud is unified in two divisions already, and he's moving up two weight classes.
Yeah. Damn, that's a lot of weight you got to put on.
So you gotta, you gotta really, like you could talk about this topic for hours. Just going through different fighters, both they attributes and what they got over one another, what Bud might have over Canelo and things like that. But all in all, I see it as a good fight. I'm not going to say who I think, you know what I'm saying. It's 50-50.
It's 50-50.
It's 50-50.
But just that, let's talk about that weight class jump, man. That's a big deal, man. Putting on that weight like Canelo, he probably walk around a lot bigger than Bud do. And I think he underestimating that, man.
But I want to say, hold on one second.
Yeah, I think he's seriously underestimating that, man. Lightweights, heavyweights, it make a difference, man.
But what a lot of people don't realize about Bud, though, is like I look at some of his training videos, and his background is as a wrestler. He was he wasn't just no slouch at wrestling. He was a good. So a lot of people that been in the ring with Bud says that he's a lot stronger than he actually look. And
right.
Sparring stories of him. He sparred. Everybody he's in there training with is bigger than him, so they say. You know what I'm saying? So I think that might surprise Canelo a little bit.
Yeah.
But still, Canelo been up in there with all the way up to light heavy. He fought Kovalev was a light heavyweight, I believe, and you know what I'm saying? I can't wait.
It's gonna be exciting.
I'm wondering though, even with like you said with the weight class, I wonder if that will affect Bud's speed a little bit, because you're carrying more weight. You can't be as light on your feet.
Yeah.
As a person who was small and got big.
Yeah.
As a person who was small and got big, that weight makes a difference.
Oh yeah,
definitely does. If we comparing the two greats fighting in their prime, this is a question for the two of y'all. In professional wrestling, what time can you imagine where two greats met up in their prime like Canelo and Bud are right now? What do you think of first when pro wrestling side?
Well, I know you would think of Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns.
I didn't want to say it. You did, but that's exactly where I would have went. But your thoughts, you know?
I think honestly right now, when you think about it, just somebody that carry that type of weight. I guess I can't think of anybody. Because you can't even say John Cena and somebody right now, because John Cena is
Even back in the day, I would say Shawn versus Brett WrestleMania Iron Man match. That was the both of them in they peak right there, man. That was beautiful right there. That's what it reminded me of, man. It's Canelo versus Bud.
Yeah, I
two
can
of the
definitely
best.
see that.
Yeah,
Definitely
man.
see
For
that.
me, it would, I believe Canelo's been doing it for a while. So for me, it would be Austin Rock.
Austin
Okay,
Rock.
I can see that as well.
Definitely. Two titans of their sport. But speaking of a titan of their sport, we were just talking about TKO now partnering with WWE. That means they're partnering with the UFC. When you watch UFC, you probably see a lot of WWE shit just like we do. We see a lot of UFC stuff when we watch it now. They like pretty much the same company. But speaking of UFC, we got one of the greats, John Bones Jones, retiring.
No!
On top, going out. He is not taking the fight with Tom Aspinall. He says, I'm straight. I ain't got nothing to prove. This kid got everything to prove. He ain't fought nobody. He ain't won nothing. He's all hype. And I agree with him. What the hell? You let Khabib go out on top, but when the black man want to say, I'm done, I'm hanging it up, he say, no, nigga, you going to keep fighting. But your thoughts on John Bones Jones, man, retiring. Is it on time? Is it late? Is it too early? Your thoughts?
I believe it's a combination of things, and I just want to get this out of there, man. You just look at John Jones. For people to say that he's ducking Tom Aspinall,
Tell him.
that's nasty work.
Disrespectful.
Nasty
He's
work.
probably doing Tom a favor.
Break down who he fought, man. Tell him about John Jones' history, man.
If you just for viewers out there that might be new to UFC or casual fans, things like that, Google John Jones, his record, and it speaks for itself.
Hall of Famers.
But you know what, Carrio, I want to say this though. John Jones might be baiting us. He might be taking some time to see Tom defend his title against who are they trying to put him in there with? Surreal Guy.
Yeah.
So, John Jones got rid of him quick.
Real quick, dusted him up.
So John might just be sitting back chilling to see what he, seeing in Tom.
You're right.
Tommy boy.
You're right.
And also John Jones has outside of the octagon problems. You know what I'm saying? So I think that probably was a big part of his decision. Like he got to deal with some personal issues too.
Yep.
He might just be taking some time off.
But you're right about that negotiation. Everybody holds out. They play that business game. So this could definitely be all that.
Yeah.
You know? But if it is true, and it's all said and done for the Bone Stir, is he the greatest mixed martial artist of all time?
Absolutely.
Hands down, no question. You said that quick. Absolutely.
Even with the allegations and the things.
Right. It don't even matter.
That don't matter.
It don't even, because when you look at it, he got caught doing crack. He beat somebody's ass on crack. He deserved 2 belts. This man was Olympic gold medal. What was it? What did Cormier? Was he gold? So he was in the Olympics wrestling.
Olympian and still,
John
like
Jones was banging prostitutes and doing crack. And you want to take his titles for that? You should give him another belt for just winning that shit, man. Against an Olympian.
I do see this 2 ways though. As a fighter, as a warrior, you want to go out on your shield.
Yeah.
But as a man, you need to know, and I believe that he's smart of knowing when to just be like, all right, I'm done.
Yeah.
So it's always those two elements, especially when you're in sports. It's knowing when to quit and knowing like, all right, I'm done. Like RP to one of the greats in a whole different sport, but when everybody told Kobe, "Oh, you're gonna do one more," he was like, "No, I'm done. I gave it all I have to give."
Right. Yeah.
They was like, "Just one more." No, I don't have one more year in me.
Yeah, exactly.
My knees already hurt from this season. I'm done.
You hear that, LeBron? Be done.
I was gonna say even like WNBA, Candace Parker, she was like, I honestly probably got a half a season in me. She was like, but because I know I can't go a full one,
I'm done.
I'm done.
Right.
So it's like knowing when to fall on your shield and knowing when to just be like, all right.
And then you on top.
I'm done.
Yeah.
He undefeated. You can carry that to your grave, man.
He got the trail of bodies behind him, or his mountain of skeletons is ain't, you can't even compare
can't
that,
even-
bro.
I think
That's why it's part of his
Compared.
name, though.
yeah, Bones.
Bones.
Yeah,
Come on,
bro. He
I think
telling
when
you,
it comes to John Jones though, it's like if he didn't have any of those outside of the octagon problems, this wouldn't even be a discussion. They'd be like, "Oh yeah, he's the greatest of all time." But he had to take so many breaks or relinquish the title so many times, it tarnishes his legacy.
I'm gonna just tell you.
But
man.
when it comes to getting in the ring, it don't matter what state he's in, he wins.
Yeah,
So
people came up short.
Hey,
yeah,
women lie,
exactly.
men lie, numbers don't.
Numbers don't, and you was about to get into it. I will. They forgot. Lyoto Machida ended him. Mauricio Shogun Hua ended him. Rashad Evans ended him. Who else? Rampage Jackson ended him. The list goes on and on. I'm telling you, man.
And Rampage was a great fighter
I want
too.
to talk about Tom
And it was still-
Aspinall.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here.
So
man.
he got some but I get it from Tom Aspinall point of view too. Okay, you the hottest name, you the baddest guy on the planet. I'm gonna build my buzz off of, you know what I'm saying?
Right,
he did a
right,
good
right.
job at it. You
He
know what I'm
tried.
saying?
He tried.
He good, but he got to. I want to see him defend against Surreal Gun, and that's when I'ma start judging him. You know what I'm
Definitely.
saying? Seeing
So-
what he with.
So do you think that John Jones might have basically did Aspinall a favor? Like, look, you're on the rise. If you fight me, you're starting over.
Yeah.
And if go ahead.
I believe. Okay, all right. Like that's a there's two sides of that too. I believe. I do believe John Jones also know that. Look, man, I done did this time and time again, and I'm 38 now.
Yeah.
This guy's 27, 28. You know what I mean?
You trying to make your name off of me. I don't need
You
to.
know what I'm
Exactly.
saying?
I've
bro?
been
I'm
here.
Bruh, yeah. John done did all of this, and then it reinforces that when all the people say, "Oh, you're ducking him. You're ducking him." He like, man, I done did this already.
And he said it in his press conference. Everybody I ever fought was the next big
Me.
thing till they ran up against me.
Absolutely.
Right.
dog.
Come on,
So
man.
that's
That's
what
And
facts.
38, man, is
Or it can have
enough,
a
man.
negative regress for him. Like he can finally be content in his mind. I'm done, and you fight him. Most likely win. He might get that urge to I can fight
Yeah,
anybody.
then you just keep
And
coming
then
back.
Then you keep coming back. And
Keep
then you
coming
finally, Then
back.
you finally lose. They like, oh, see that we knew he was going to lose. Like no, like no one to stop.
just like Floyd knew. Floyd was like, all right, I'm
Done.
I'm done. And then he was like, I'll come back every now and then and make some money.
Right.
Some people I know I can beat real quick, and then I go back.
To transition a little bit to wrestling, when it comes to wrestling, John Jones is going out on top. From the professional wrestling side, asking the two of y'all, what wrestler do y'all remember who went out the best, man? Who was like, my farewell, this is how you end it right here when you think about it.
I think the Undertaker had opportunities too, but he kept coming back, so he wouldn't even
Oh,
fit.
AJ Styles was decent going out with that.
What, AJ Styles? Yeah,
That was a
yeah,
solid
but
last
he
match.
kept having this is my last match. This
That's
is my
what you're
last
saying.
match. This is my last match. Put his hat down in the middle of the ring and all that stuff, and then came back and fought AJ Styles
Yeah, you're right.
in a taped actual
still-
wrestling
then-
match.
Then he
but
came
it wasn't
back
an
to
actual wrestling match.
chokeslam Rock to help Cody. Come on,
Yeah, I
he
guess
hasn't walked away.
I guess wrestlers really don't really walk away.
I mean,
it's not
I-
one that really just walked away.
I would say because Ric Flair almost did it too.
No.
He had-
Oh,
Ric Flair keeps saying he got one more.
Yeah,
he
he
keeps saying
needs
he
to
got
stop.
one.
He
He
did
got
that.
face
He got one more.
cancer. Talking about he want to make a match. What are you doing?
Well, he
bro?
did
Don't
that
change your
that one
diaper.
match where I thought everybody thought he was gonna have a heart attack during the match. They're like, he's done, right? He's like, I think I have one more. No, that
Think
was
it's
it.
over, bro.
You in the
Like,
negative right now,
it is
Rick.
over.
Stop.
Just like Austin said, he was like, I think these old knees, these old bones got one more in them, and I'm like, you barely made it through KO.
Yeah.
KO really carried that entire match. Please do not come back. Like,
Right.
So with
just
that being
leave
said,
it on
hopefully-
high.
maybe, hopefully, Goldberg has a really good match with Gunther, and then he can just hang it
God,
up
let's
and say,
stop
I'm
it.
done.
Let's
What I
stop
was
it with
actually gonna say, I don't know where Ryan's going, but I was gonna say, I think Cena's going to go out the right way.
Yeah, the
Ooh,
best.
yeah.
I think
Cena-
right now,
Cena's
Cena
gonna-
is being set up for the best farewell tour ever.
Cena's like
he's doing it right.
Yep.
He's doing it
Cena's
right.
having fun. He's just goofing off. We saw him at the Little Fanatics. He's going on a high. He's like,
He also helping
When
other
I'm
people out on the
done-
way out.
I'm done.
Right.
Yeah, because he's helping other people on the way out too. He's probably giving R-Truth the best run of his career right now,
Right.
because of John Cena and this whole storyline. So I think that, if anybody, like, if you want to say somebody's the GOAT, like, I was reluctant to say it was John Cena, but if you look at his legacy and how many young wrestlers that he's helped promote on the way up, and him doing this on the way out, I can't argue.
B.Smith, I know you're not the biggest pro wrestling fan. You're a UFC guy. But when you watch UFC, in the history of watching it, which fighter do you think could make it in the WWE? You know, they got the look. They can talk on the mic. When you look at the history of the UFC, what one fighter do you think would be a good WWE wrestler?
I got one too.
I mean, I'm gonna have to say Mystic Mac.
Mystic Mac, a.k.a. Conor McGregor.
Yep, that was mine too.
That's not mine. That's not mine.
Okay, yeah, that was mine because he
What was
just.
you about to say?
And one of the Diaz brothers.
Oh.
Either
Oh,
one of
yeah.
them.
I know which one you're talking
either
about.
one. Either one. They
Either
could
one
be a
of them.
tag team.
Yeah.
Put the Diaz as a tag team, and who was the other one you said?
Conor McGregor.
Conor McGregor,
I got
heavyweight champ. Who you got, Chuck?
Derek Lewis.
Derek Lewis.
Oh,
Ooh.
yeah.
He's his charisma out the window.
Give me Derek Lewis and R-Truth in a tag team. Sign me up.
Hey,
Sign me up.
Yeah.
Definitely. If you guys, I just want to say, I appreciate all you guys. We listen to our fans. You guys saw some of our NFL coverage, and we have now launched the Holy Shhh Sports. It's no longer just wrestling. We expanded to all sports, basketball, football, MMA, boxing, as you see us talking today. So make sure you guys share that and stay in tune every day. The core of this show will always and forever be professional wrestling. We do that every day, but we just stretching our arms here, you know. NFL, NBA, here we come.
Psst. We also have merch.
We also have merch. Make sure you check that out. But let's dive into some our other favorite topics, a little mental health topics here. B.Smith, we talk about mental health a lot here, and it's just so important. And one thing we do discuss is the internet and how it can portray everybody in their best of light. Like a girl, I see another girl. Oh, she looked perfect. Nah, she was struggling for that picture. The right light, everything. You see a dude with a car, and maybe it ain't his car. He's fronting, and the internet can be fake. We always ask people how they doing. They tell us something great. So we like to flip it on the show. And we like to get a little real here and ask you, what's not going right in your life, and how are you dealing with it right now, man?
Oh, well, sure, to be real, I want to say the thing I could say that's not going right in my life. I won't even necessarily say it's like me, but it's me dealing with or inheriting other people's drama. You know what I'm saying? Like, just before we got on this podcast, like you see me, I was on the phone. But I told Ryan that I had mastered the art of letting someone argue with themselves. You know what I'm saying? So,
Right.
But things like that, that's not going. That's not good. That's friction in life. That's
Taking on somebody else's
turmoil.
bad energy.
Yeah. And
How you dealing with it, though, man?
The magic I just told.
The magic you just said. Huh? That's the trick.
Sometimes you gotta sometimes people gotta get it out of them. You know what I'm saying?
Let them vent.
They
Let 'em
cup
vent.
full. They gotta, Yeah. So, but other than that, just I'm gonna say it depends on how you look at life. I want to say every day you gonna have a good and bad moments.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? So I tell people, okay, you gonna have good over here, bad over there. You just stay your ass in the middle. I ain't know if I could.
Right.
Just stay on that. Just stay on the narrow path.
Yeah, that was dope what you said, man. That's definitely the truth, man. You can't be consuming other people's energy like that, and sometimes you do got to be the bigger person. They cup full. You know what I mean? Just let them get that shit out.
Yeah.
If you good, go ahead and get that out. Yeah, what you got to do? Don't touch me though.
Yeah,
Don't
right.
fucking touch me. But get that shit out. Yeah, you got to be the bigger person sometimes.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like just inheriting somebody else's stress.
Yeah.
And, you know what I'm saying. That could lead to arguments, and then that's a problem you're gonna have to fix. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have to deal with that in a way. You're gonna have to figure out how to deal with it. But like I said, I just try to just stay in that narrow path.
Right.
So when you're in the narrow path, you can see both. You know.
Yeah. Another topic I wanted to kind of touch on before I get to Ron's topic. We were talking about parents a few weeks ago, and it got me thinking of what is the most important trait, aspect, whatever you want to call it, that your parents gave you that you appreciate? Like, what is something? I'll give you an example. Like, for me, one thing my parents did for me that I appreciate now way more than when I was younger is they just let me dream. They let me come in the crib, say dumb shit like, I want to be a rapper. I want to be a sports anchor. I want to be a media guy. They just let me come in and say stupid shit. They never said you can't, you know? And that, when somebody asks me, how do you get on TV and do all of this shit? It's just that I don't know that I can't. You know what I mean? So that is just such a valuable trait, and I appreciate my parents for just giving me that, because sometimes I see people who we counsel. We teach people how to podcast now sometimes, and they'll just explain their fears and shyness, and it comes from just that coreness. Your parent not telling you it's okay to dream. It's okay to. I'm 30-something. I'm starting to. Yeah, do it.
Yep.
I got a TV show. Do it. I'm about to drop an album. Do it. I mean, if you feel like it, and I look at myself and be like, man, maybe I'm kind of blessed, because my mind is just free. When I think of something like that, I just go, and I owe that to my parents. But from you, Ryan, what's something good your parents gave you, man?
Just the kind of acceptance of people, accepting people, like difference of opinions, difference of religion, difference of of anything. But everybody's different. People have different preferences. People have different like sexual orientation, all that type of stuff. Just accepting people, as long as they're a good person at heart, they're not harming people, they're not seeking anything that would be considered as evil. Accept people, and once you get past that part and start learning people for people, then you can go through life without being kind of judgmental and acting like you're better than somebody and all that type of stuff. So I think that's a problem that a lot of people have right now when you look around. And I'm glad my parents taught me that, because I have an open mind to a lot of different thought processes and different point of views that help me change some of my point of views. So.
Yeah, that's dope. That's dope. Chuck, what gift did your parents bestow upon you?
For my dad, it's plan for tomorrow, but enjoy today. Like, tomorrow's never promised, so don't focus on tomorrow, because it may not come. So always enjoy today, but still plan for tomorrow, but enjoy today. Like, if you got a little extra money, treat yourself. I'm just going to save it for tomorrow, because you don't know if it's tomorrow's going to be here.
So a sense of responsibility.
So it's like, be responsible for tomorrow, but enjoy today. Like, just have fun. With my mom, it's lead with love. Like, because she was like, we're all human. At the end of the day, black, white, it doesn't matter. We're all human. Lead with love.
Right.
But I was also raised by my grandparents, and they taught me to remember that anything's possible if your mind is focused on it. If your mind's distracted, your world's going to be distracted.
Right.
But if you can put your mind to it, you can make anything possible.
Definitely.
So that was like my original rap name was Al B, which was a combination of my grandparents' name, Albert and Jenny B, Al with B. But past that, it was just the fact that always put your mind to it, lead with love, and enjoy life.
Smith, R.I.P. to the GOAT, your dad, man. What did the OG and your mom, what did they, what's one thing they put in you that you appreciate, one value, man?
So I'm the youngest of two older brothers. So it was my mama always made sure to say, when you say something, when you speak, make sure you speak with affliction and speak with volume, speak your mind. So, because I always had to fight over the remote over the bigger cereal bowl, the bigger cup, or what, with my brothers. You know what I'm saying? She definitely told me to, say what you gonna say and feel how you gonna feel in this world. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And shit, my pops being that's my best friend, that's my man. So he told me what we similar. It's like we the same person, but losing him, now I know the deepest lesson in life is death.
Right.
That was the lesson right there. You know what I'm saying? You think you lose something.
Right. Me, the three of us, Chuck, we and Ryan, myself, we all three blessed. We both got our mom and dad. I was with you. We a lot of people who don't know me and Smith go way back. I was with you when your pops passed. What is life like when you lose one of your parents, man? What is that shift for you?
For me, okay, when I lost my dad, the first following weeks, the first 2 weeks, I was looking at amputee videos of people who get their arms cut off.
Yeah.
And you know what they say? They could still feel. They could still feel their arm even when it's gone.
Right.
That's the same exact feeling. That's the same. So that's a whole nother conversation. But yeah, I was looking at them.
I know what you mean.
So that's what got me through it. Cause I'm like, oh, they ain't got no leg. But Buddy said he could still feel itching and the sensation of a leg there, and it's gone.
Right.
So what it's like, you gonna deal with.
They're not there in the physical, but
they
they're
not
still
there in the physical. Exactly.
Yeah.
You gonna deal. You gonna cry. You gonna go through it. You know what I'm saying? It's the worst you could imagine. Yeah. But that's the beauty of it all. Is when you finally catch you a day, you like, dang, I ain't even crying no more.
Yeah.
Then you just gonna start feeling it. You gonna start. This is just a shell in the vehicle, man.
Right.
It's no different from this. You see the water, that's no different from that.
Right.
I don't know which one is which, but I know sympathy and empathy. And I always tell people you can't physically feel what somebody else feels, but you can empathize. I think it's empathize, but you can empathize with it. So although I can't sympathize with you because I haven't lost my parents, like I said, I was raised by my grandparents.
Is putting yourself in their position.
I'm saying this, but I lost my grandparents. I know, especially my main man was my granddad. Like, we was thicker than thieves, and when he was gone, I think I didn't leave my room for like 8 months. Like, I just remember even when I did leave the house, I still felt like I was in that same room, just couldn't leave. And my grandma was the one that shook me from it, and only for her to pass later. And like now I have no grandparents, and like I just lost my uncle, but it's like I can't imagine even though I'm hurting, I can't imagine what their children are feeling, or like for my cousins are feeling when their dad is gone. I'm like, I can't feel what you feel, but I'm like, I know my relationship with them, and I know I'm hurting, so I can only imagine.
That's deep. That's deep.
If you remember, one of my group members, Silas, lost his mom.
Yeah.
So I was there for him for that, but that's just something that don't really cross your mind until it happens.
Yeah, that's why I tell people you never know until it's you. You know what I'm saying? So it's like
because you watch your grandparents get old, so you automatically in your mind thinking, yeah, my parents gonna get to that age. So
your mom play a trick on you, boy. You was it's like but it's all you got to take the good with the good and the bad with the bad. So the Most High don't make no mistakes.
No.
And the best way to get through loss like that, like people, is time and rest. Sleep is so important when you losing someone that's real close to you. Is rest.
And don't be afraid to cry.
Absolutely. You got to let that out.
Yeah, man, that's deep. Ryan T, what you got for us, man?
Man, I had a wrestling topic. It don't even seem appropriate right now. But no, well, we were talking about TKO and with them having UFC and all that type of stuff with the combat sports and WWE. It seems like at one point WWE was the be all. It was the end, right? That was everybody's career. Was I'm going to try to make it to WWE. And my question is that even the case anymore? Is it better to go somewhere else and build your name and your brand outside of WWE and then eventually making it to WWE? Or
So-
is it better to just right now, it's so many different avenues or freedoms and stuff, especially with TKO being involved.
Right.
Is it better to just build your brand on your own and not even go to WWE?
So I kind of compared that to music. Do you want a career like Tech 9 independent, like AEW, or do you want the machine behind you? And I always tell people, if you want the machine behind you, like I counsel people with my studio, they be like, "Well, I just want to get signed to a label." All right, that means you want
You no
fame.
longer have control.
You want fame. You're not going to have any finances. You're going to have the fame. The machine is going to take all your money to give you the fame. They was like, well, what if I want the money? Now you're going for the opposite. You may not be as famous, but you'll have your money behind you. Like Tech 9.
You have freedom.
Tech
all that type
9
of stuff.
was
Creative freedom.
was
all that.
the number one independent artist. No one knew of him for years until, like, underground people, we all knew about him. But the world didn't know about him until a mainstream artist, Lil Wayne, was like, I'll fuck with him. And then you realize every other rapper was like, I'll fuck with him too. It's like, really? It was like, I remember he had a song with Tech, he had a song with Ice Cube, he had a song with E4. Like, all the mainstream people, he had them songs with them, but he wasn't seen. Now he's seen, but it's that independent versus the machine.
Yeah.
Which way do you want to choose? Red pill or blue pill?
I'll tell you right
Sure
now, the
choice.
independent scene is hard, but you got to actually love doing it.
Oh yeah.
And I see a lot of people join, like they'll get signed. Somebody I went to high school with got signed by No Limit. We was like, oh, he made it. Never dropped the album.
Bro, I just dropped my
Never
seventh
dropped the
project.
album.
Seventh.
Yeah.
Since changing my name. My seventh one. I will tell y'all now, I'm still financially in the hole
Yeah.
from the first one. Okay?
So that's a good question that you put up with the WWE. Because it's kind of something I'm studying right now in school. For those who don't know, I'm like a media savant guru. I study this whole media game, and I'm here to tell you, anybody who's coming into any force of media, any space of it, this is where the game is headed, and this is attributed to WWE as well. You got the independent, and like you were just saying, the majors are dead. There's only independent way of living now. A WNBA player makes maybe 50, 80,000. Now their social media platform can generate them millions on their own. You got shows like The View and all these other things. They're getting canceled. You know why? Because there's some guy in his basement way more fucking entertaining doing this shit on his own independently. The iShow Speeds. The Kai Cenat showing up at red carpets now. This is the entire game of independence now. Majors are dying, and 2020 showed us that. The infrastructure of business used to be, I had to go into an office. I had to have a team. 2020 came and it showed us we can do a lot of shit just from our basement. We don't need all this shit, and that's where the world is really headed, especially with shortage of money, resources, and things like that. Everything. You got Kai Cenat on the BET red carpets. Like, the things he was doing with his streaming is just showing you now, I don't care you a journalist. This kid is entertaining.
Yeah.
I don't care you went to school for this and you chased this major that don't exist no more. I want that independent kid who got this wild algorithm right now. So WWE is the same thing.
True.
Yeah.
Like Cara Jade just got fired.
Yeah.
She grossed fucking 120K. She just got fired 2 months, created the OnlyFans. She already over 2.6 something million. Come on, man. This game is changing. So WWE, they understand that. That's why they got all this
Rose did
shit.
too.
NIL deals. They're trying to capitalize on this independence before it get out of control. So the world is changing, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mandy Rose did the same thing.
Yeah.
But
man, she don't even have to wrestle no more.
I
so
got a question, okay. You know what I'm saying? I come from the old school wrestling, you know what I'm saying? Before it was WWE,
All right.
WWF. So this goes into what y'all was saying, like about the independent, the machine. So when I was growing up watching WWF and WCW,
yeah.
I used to think WCW was like the independent
Yeah,
thing.
the little brother,
yeah,
baby.
You know what
the
I'm saying?
underground, yeah.
But over time, I end up liking WCW more, and they had Goldberg.
Yeah.
I got to get up to speed. But let me tell y'all,
Yeah, Sting. Even people like Psycho Sid left WWF
when y'all
to go
talking
to
about
WCW.
wrestling,
Yeah.
and when I'm hearing these
Yeah.
Roman Reigns, what's in my mind is
Yeah.
still Sting, the Bushwhackers.
Yeah, so
Doink.
Roman Reigns is a part of that Anoa'i family.
You don't even gotta think about
Samoan
Roman Reigns.
family, all that type
He
of
don't
stuff.
matter.
Get
Don't
outta
think
here.
about Roman. He don't matter.
But yeah, he's part of that whole Samoan dynasty thing that goes all the way back to Yokozuna and all them type of stuff. They're all in the same family.
Oh,
so-
okay.
So now that's even basketball is like that. You see it like all the people we grew up watching. Now
They
they
kids
kids
are playing, yeah.
is taking over. It's the same way in wrestling. You
It's
got LeBron James
hilarious,
Jr.
man.
over here, and then you got Roman Reigns over here. He's one of the Wild Samoans. They son.
And
Yeah.
he just brought up a name though, Yokozuna, and I was just watching an old match with Yokozuna versus Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
Oh yeah, I remember that man.
Christ.
Had
man.
him, I thought he was dead. Yeah, bro. That's a classic right there.
Yeah, but what you were saying though, that makes sense though. That's what I was thinking about. It might be better to just not even, because with WWE, yeah, you'll be seen. It's the
You be
most
seen.
seen
You
person.
be seen.
But how many people went to WWF or WWE and they weren't utilized right? So people thought they were trash wrestlers when they were super talented. Oh man, he's terrible. It might have been better for them to go on the independent scene, build up your reputation before going there, so they don't have anything bad to say about you. Yeah, back then he was doing that. They not
Right,
using him
right.
right. So
Right. Yeah, to hell with that. Chuck Jordan, what you got for us, man?
So I got a wrestling topic. With Evolution coming up soon, knowing how WWE formats this whole 4 to 5 matches per pay-per-view, which title out of the 8? Wait, 2, 4, 6 tag team?
We got a non-wrestling guest, and he want to bring some deep topic.
well, so Evolution is the all women's pay per view that they're doing.
Yeah,
They're doing
yeah,
an all women's pay
I
per
was
view.
just trying
It's
to
the
keep
second time they're doing it.
where we at in the weeks and stuff. Sorry,
Yeah.
I didn't know Coach was gonna take a whole month off on this. But no, with Evolution coming up, like, should they focus on the titles or should they focus on the stories? Is what I was gonna ask.
I think they should cancel the whole shit trying to go up against AEW All In, man. What the hell?
I didn't like that. I
stupid
didn't
as
like
shit.
that. I don't like that. But I did.
Yeah.
I do like the women's pay per view. I just think they should have picked a different time.
They should have picked a different day, man. That was
Yeah.
some stupid ass shit. You're not doing the women justice. So
Exactly.
fuck y'all. I ain't even going. But anyway, they should concentrate on belts. They need to build up the IC belt and that US belt. I like Julia has the US now. It gives it some relevance. That's what they need to do.
They
Build
got
up
Becky
those.
with the IC. Yeah, I agree. I think they need to, especially the mid carders.
But I'm just saying, they've only focused on 4 to 5.
Yeah.
They have 7 or 8 belts.
Yep.
So should they focus on
I think they
putting
should
all of them in
focus.
there?
I think
or-
they should focus on the mid card belts. That's what they should focus on. They
So
should
not the main
focus
ones.
on the mid card the belts, and maybe the main roster main belts, but like definitely the mid card belts, like the women's North American, the tag belts are even basically mid card belts. Focus on that, and the main belts, they get the most shine anyway, so you don't need to really focus on those.
Plus,
As
they
a-
got a Night of Champions. What? No. Is it, no, Saturday night right before it. I guess they got 2 nights.
As a non-wrestling fan, you grew up probably a fan of Hulk Hogan, didn't you? You watched him.
yeah,
You tore some
absolutely.
shirts. You tore some goddamn T-shirts in the mirror. I know you did.
Absolutely.
You know you did. So you being a non-wrestling fan, you're not in our world. He got on the telephone with his daughter in a private conversation and told her, "Don't be dating no niggas." And I said it with an A. He used the ER.
Yeah,
all right?
he said the hard.
He said the
hard-
hard R.
He gird.
And it's all
He
on
gird.
tape. We all heard it. Your history, as just you know him as a kid, growing up, Hulk Hogan, can you forgive him for something like that? Or are you like, I can't even support him no more?
I'm gonna have to just be real.
Okay.
We just gotta be real. You know what I'm saying? You want to know something? I used to work at the airport. And I seen Hulk Hogan in the airport. I didn't get a chance to meet him, but I got a chance to see him.
Yeah.
Man, he was darker than me. So so I'm gonna say this. Now, when he said that, you know what I'm saying, he probably went in his mind. So I want to say it's two different versions of the N word. Okay, you got your
Break it down.
You know what I'm saying?
You got the and then you got the
the was he talking about? He probably I want my daughter dating. You know what I'm saying? So you got to put you got to step out of the.
So you might tell your daughter the same thing.
Yeah,
Don't be dating
you know
them
what I'm
niggas.
saying? Don't be dating. You know, I want to believe that he meant it along them texts. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But he still said the word. But do I?
You only give him the one. The man has done worse than that.
No, he's done a few things.
He's done a lot.
What else he did? That's the.
Hey, sure. What?
That's to me. That's the worst.
I ain't
That
know
was
he
the worst.
did more.
But he does
Yeah.
more.
And the rest, it all piggybacks off of that. That's the core
that's
of
true.
it to me. If that one thing would have never happened, the rest of the stuff would have never spiraled out of control.
All right, but no, he did get booed at one of these.
Yeah, that was the
That's
Netflix
right.
debut. That's what we talking about. We all booed him. See, we fans, so we just hate him.
Yeah.
How dare you hurt us like that? But when you really look at it, like Smith said, and kind of how I think about it, this is why I keep him on my Mount Rushmore. Mm-hmm. I don't want my daughter dating them niggas either sometimes. I'm going to be quite honest.
But my whole thing is, like what you said before on here, it would have been one thing if he said it and then he acted differently afterwards.
Yeah.
No, he's standing on his platform, not just with his daughter, but with the entire topic itself. Mm-hmm. He's standing on, no, I meant the ER, I meant that, I meant this, I don't like this, I don't want this. It's like damn, like some of your fans are that. He like, I don't give a shit. It's like you know what I'm saying? It's like it'd be one thing if he was like, I'm apologetic, blah blah blah.
In a way, I can respect somebody standing 10 toes down and this is just but that don't mean I gotta like you.
I was just sitting up here talking about your parents taught you to accept. You ain't gonna accept Hulk Hogan.
Hey, look, like I said, I can respect that he doubled down and said how he felt and he didn't change it, but it don't mean I gotta like you.
Oh man.
Thank you.
Right. If they're not, I also said accept people that are, kind and helping the people. So
because of him, I took my vitamins and I said my prayers.
I did.
It was Fred Flintstone.
I ate
for
my
me.
I worked out every day.
Hey,
I'm a Flintstone.
Yeah, I'm a
kids.
Flintstone kid.
This is not wrestling, but it's the same topic. You remember Mel Gibson went off on his.
Mel Gibson is wild.
Yeah, he told her the same thing. You want to
With a pack.
You said you want to get fucked. I hope you get fucked by a pack of wild niggas. Who said some shit like that, dog?
Bruh, so but in their minds, they not thinking about the
racist
average.
Now that's different.
They thinking about some hooligans.
That was way
Hooligans,
worse
right?
than Hulk Hogan. He can't left field with that. Mel Gibson was out of line with that.
But Mel Gibson said some crazy stuff too. When he's drunk.
Wow.
And, he had a
pack
problem.
of them though?
Yeah, a pack.
I can see one or two. Well, you want a pack of these, man? Come on, man. That's rough for any bitch.
Said a pack.
Yeah. Hey, so hold on.
Hey, somebody gotta reel it in.
Hey, let me.
Hey, somebody reel it in.
Hey, okay, y'all. This is a wrestling topic. Y'all remember the do-rag Vince? Remember he said that he dropped the end. So
He said
It's
it
all
with the
about
A,
how
though.
your context,
you
man.
know what I'm saying?
Ben said it with the A. It wasn't
he
cool
said
though.
the A.
Yeah, right.
It wasn't cool though, but he said it with the A.
Hey,
So.
Hey,
and I remember.
yeah,
you know what my
bro.
favorite part about that was?
I'm not gonna lie, I thought it was
I know
funny
this
when I
gonna
was a
sound.
kid.
My favorite part about the entire thing was John Cena's face in the background,
Oh yeah.
Right.
like he looked like, what the actual fuck are you saying?
So they did it, like I
Stop it.
said, he did that for shock value, for comedy, all that stuff. I didn't get
was
offended by
hilarious.
it. It was funny to me.
Hilarious.
Because Booker T was standing right there too. He was like,
Did
he didn't say that.
Bruh.
Tell me he didn't say that. So it's still funny. It wouldn't fly today, but it's some stuff that was
It would fly today.
No, it would. People go crazy over it
Like,
today.
he
but
will get canceled for 2 weeks and they'll be right back.
yeah,
in.
but it was funny.
It's fun.
I can admit when stuff is funny. If it's done the right way, it's funny.
Yeah.
If it's done with any intent of like hurting people or trying to offend people, then it's not funny.
I'm about to fly down a dangerous topic here, but I gotta do it because if you know B.Smith and you follow him,
But
you know
the pack of Negroes wasn't.
I know that was extreme. Oh my God! Don't bring it up again. That was wild. A pack of them, though, man. I could never get over that. Man.
A whole pack.
A whole pack of them.
You know what? You know what it is? A pack.
A pack, dog. Damn,
Man, he was mad, but he was pissed.
Hey, man, I done blew down a bitch with just me. Get for me? You gonna kill a bitch, man? Damn, a pack. And he wished that. Let's get on topic. But anyway, B.Smith, you talk politics a lot on your platform. Can we just get your overall? This is the wildest time in presidency history. The shit this guy is doing.
Yeah.
I don't know. Sometimes I don't know if I just extremely hate him or I think he's just extremely a genius and just doing shit crazy just to shake it all up. I don't know. But your thoughts on just Donald Trump's presidency and everything going on, man.
Well,
Is it all the smoke screen? Is it an
Can we
illusion?
put one of those things at the bottom of the screen?
Right.
The views of this person thing.
I'm gonna say this. It's always a small any. Yeah, this all right. Look. I'm gonna say this like this. Okay, dealing with words. Words is sound. Words is vibration. Right. You know what I'm saying. So all of this stuff is coming through the media. The word media could go back to some demonic shit. You know what I'm saying? So if it ain't pumping it, Trump this, that it is a smokescreen. So I like to tell people this. The only thing closest to the truth of Most High is nature. Mm-hmm. You pay attention to nature, that's gonna tell you what things what's going on. So right now the earth is getting hot. It's heating up.
Yeah.
So but see
that Mario son is following us around. Like.
Yeah, but and dealing with this is all dealing with politics and all of this stuff too. So dealing with the heat, even when it's in the winter, the earth is heating up. So when you dealing with love is a fire, and you dealing with good people, you would say that person is warm-hearted. Mm-hmm. So it's a love coming on this planet, and it's also a hatred that's on this planet. You know what I'm saying? We could see it, and we dropping bombs on people. We adults. You know what I'm saying? We still can't sit down
and have a conversation.
So this is my thing. Look. If I was, I'm not gonna put myself in no positions of the Most High, but if I just had a little bit of say so in this, I'm gonna say, look, Donald Trump, you gonna run a fade with Kim Jong. Him over there in North Korea, y'all put on some gloves and handle it like grown men. And why do we gotta drop
scrap in the backyard?
I
know what you mean.
Yeah.
I know what you mean.
And why it always gotta be some old people running the show?
Right.
Like we support, man. Growing up as a kid, bro, when I used to see the presidents, man, I used to think, because we had the action movies, bro.
Yeah.
My president was supposed to look like Arnold Schwarzenegger, bro.
Yeah.
Not no old. Man, but
Yeah, my whole
he is
thought,
a governor,
yeah,
huh?
my whole thought process has always been, yeah, he's the governor.
Oh, he killed
my
some
whole
people too.
idea of it is, if we're supposed to grow and evolve, you can't have people as old as the last two presidents thinking that they're going to evolve thinking and stuff. We're going to keep creating and making the same mistakes or make the worst mistakes that were made back in the 1930s, 1940s, because that's what we're looking at now.
Exactly.
The exact same mistakes that happened in history over and over and over again. Get some new people, get some kinder thinkers, get some people that know how to use social media.
Mm-hmm.
What are you talking about? This man is a tweeter.
Yeah, but he don't know what he's doing. He don't know what he's doing.
So that's what, and you know what? To speak how you saying, it need to be at least some younger, newer people. So we over here
Can't do new ideas with old people.
like the rest of the army, like dealing with China's army for them young. They over there. Our ops is young. You know what I'm saying?
right.
The thinking and the military strategy that's given to our, it needs to be reset and redone with a little bit of love this time around, bro. You know what I'm saying?
I agree with you saying with the media, though, man. That's why it's so hard when people ask me to
unplug.
touch on these topics. I don't know what's real, man.
gotta
The
unplug.
AI done kind
You know what I mean? They
You gotta
just making up
unplug.
shit, man.
Just that people consume it too much. They go home and consume it. They
Last
at
week's show,
work consume
I
it.
come in here, I'm making a mistake saying they rioted in L.A.
Yeah.
You like, no, they protested.
Yeah, they
well, you know why I
protested.
said rioting?
'Cause
Because
the media.
I was watching some shit on the news, and
Yep.
that's the word they chose to educate me on the situation.
I'll say one good thing that has come out of both of those presidency, this presidency and his last one, is it just exposed the world to people. Exposed the world that was in denial, especially in the United States, of how bad it really is. Mm-hmm. And it's like once that veil was moved away, it's like everybody's like, I didn't know it was this bad. So now us, like I said, as black people, we could sit back and say, told y'all, now look. And we ain't even have to do nothing. We just sit back and let the people that were in denial, that didn't know it was this bad, that didn't think that they could be harmed, that are feeling it, say something's got to change. So now they can change it. We don't really have that much work to do. We just got to protect our own at this point.
I didn't realize how racist a lot of people was until.
did.
No, I mean like people that you might not know were racist.
Yeah.
It was like they came out in numbers, and it was like, oh, so that's how you felt. They was like, well, no, I just feel no.
Yeah, I found out from a lot of people that I was one of the good ones. So I was just like, yeah, all right, peace out. You gone. So
One of the good ones, what you mean by that?
that they
That's what they
think
showed.
that the majority of black people are a certain way, and I was
okay.
some of the. Me and my friends were some of the good ones, and we like, nah, most of us are like me.
No,
Like-
you are one of the good ones, man.
But yeah.
A lot of these niggas, I'm like, I'm still with Hulk Hogan, man. These niggas ain't shit, man. I'm telling you, I don't know why the fuck y'all give him such a hard time. The nigga kept it real. I tell my daughters, man, they gonna cancel me. Never mind.
Tell my daughters all the time, I don't want you with a YN. Is that what you gonna say?
I mean, hey, you know, I want you with a black gentleman.
But
I don't want you
but
with some niggas.
that I mean, I said that image of like that's being taught to our younger kids that this is how you're supposed to be, and it's not.
Yeah.
That's why I think it's important for us to have conversations like this, and for them to see people around our age or even a little bit younger than us have these conversations. Like, nah, you don't have to be like what they want you to be. You be yourself.
And yeah, and another thing that's being like negatively promoted in the media that's gonna put our young brothers and sisters in danger is this word YN. Because when you hear the word YN, you're gonna think of
it's
something
cool.
negative. It's gonna make it makes it more enabling to police brutality. Oh, they YNs. They wild. Go shoot them
exactly.
down.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
We grouping ourselves for them.
and I've been seeing things and videos on YouTube called black fatigue.
Yeah. I'm like, what is that?
You know what I'm saying?
We should have.
I clicked the video. It's about people tired of this. I don't want to just. People tired of this BS that's inside of some of us. You know what I'm saying?
right.
It's
Man, they
so
go deep, man.
It's good and bad and everything, no?
It is, man. Good show today. Good show today, man.
Just promote positivity, y'all.
Promote
Just promote
positivity.
positivity.
And don't wish a gang of them on nobody.
God damn.
Oh,
See,
yeah,
that's
nasty,
wow.
bro.
Mel Gibson will never be forgiven for that,
He
man.
is Joe
for real,
Jackson, man.
Joe Jackson, man.
So that is wow. We should never be able to watch Braveheart on regular cable, man. That's
out.
that should be out, man. I can't watch the Cosby's, but you gonna put Braveheart on after the NBA Finals? Okay, all right. I see where this is going. But anyway, B.Smith, man. Anytime, man. Our door is always open here on the Holy Shhh Podcast.
Thank you for
man.
having me, man.
With our
Holy Shhh
sports
podcast.
With our sports channel now opening up, we're gonna be covering UFC, boxing, so you'll be seeing a lot more of B.Smith. We got a guy named Dutch Schultz coming aboard. We got a lot of other new characters coming aboard. It's a whole new panel and cast on our sports channel, so just stay tuned. NBA, NFL, golf, everything. It's gonna be incredible, man. Stay tuned. Holy
Yes, sir.
Shhh Sports. It's gonna be great. And what else we got, Chuck, before we get out of here?
We have merch.
Check it out. HolyShhPodcast.com. But till next time, though, y'all know who it is. It's your boy ABE from DET.
It's your boy Ron T. the Icon.
My name is Chuck Jordan.
B. Smith.
in the building, the one and only. We appreciate you joining us. You guys have been tuned in to the Holy Shhh Podcast. Peace,
Sir.